What can I record a video of today? I've already covered most of those. I already covered that one. Yep, done that one. I haven't read that one yet. I've recorded those. This isn't really an anime manga channel. Already recorded that. Wait a second. I've got it. Howdy folks, we're back again, and yes, this is the only t-shirt I have, so I'm wearing it again. Although from your point of view it looks like Bizarro, so maybe it's an alternate reality. Ooh, another dimension, if you will. Okay, so we've got a lot to cover. So, since this is a Superman episode, and I'm kind of late because I was supposed to do it yesterday, but you know, stuff, college. Anyway, so Warner Brothers is supposedly going to make a new Superman reboot and not have Henry Cavill. What I've heard is he's going to be African American, so that'll really shake up everything. So it won't be Clark Kent. I'm assuming it's probably going to be one of the alternate reality versions of Superman. So that'll be interesting because, again, I would say since Spider-Verse happened and we have the Robert Pattinson Batman and we have Justice League, I mean, I think we're kind of at the point in the superhero movie genre that audiences can kind of go into a superhero movie and not have the same stories being portrayed. They can, get alternate realities and different dimensions and stuff and kind of be like, okay, this makes sense, like, I think we're kind of at that point. It's not like it was back in like 2000 where it's like, why is this superhero in this movie and he's in this movie and he's the same actor? People are going to get confused. We can't do that. It's weird. And also Jamie Foxx is playing Electro again in the Tom Holland movies, but that's still kind of a weird speculation thing because everybody thinks Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be in those movies, but we don't know for sure, so it's all up in the air. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to do another Superman reboot after the last one was like from 2014, so whatever. Again, the superhero, that's one of the problems is there's just too many reboots and you're just like, I mean, granted, as like fans, it's fine, generally speaking, but like, again, I remember I had a teacher, algebra teacher, that just like was tired of Spider-Man because they made too many reboots and you're just like, Anyway, but I was thinking also, because I was watching a Mr. Sunday Movies video about Superman, and again, that's kind of one of my problems with the DCEU and the Zack Snyder stuff, is they just rushed it too much. Granted, this is a whole nother tangent, but I just need to say this, like, they rushed it too much. Like, Superman's dead and now he's back again. It's like, why? They could have done so much. They could have especially fleshed out Superman instead of putting him in one movie and then having him fight Batman. They could have fleshed out Batman. They could have fleshed out the Flash. But no, we gotta just go in full speed ahead in the cosmic treadmill with the Speed Force just zooming by. Woo! Like, it's ridiculous. Anyway, on to the actual point of the video. Superman and Lois, episode 2. How was it? Was it good? Of course, we will have non-spoilers and then spoilers after. So yes, overall it was good. Again, there's more drama between the Kent family, and yeah, we get 2 action scenes, so that's something. At this rate, we're probably getting like, what was the last episode? The first episode was like about, at least action, as in Superman action. It was like 2 Superman scenes, so maybe we're looking at 2 per episode if I'm gonna guess, but you never know. I mean, with a budget and stuff, they could have to cut that in half and make it 1. They could have an episode with no action. We'll see. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. But I watched like the Angry Joe review because he likes Superman. I like his content. So the cops just drove by. That's pretty interesting. Wonder what's going on. Anyway, but I watched his video, and he, of course, doesn't like the super sons or the sons in the show. So I mean, that's whatever. Everybody has their own taste. I personally don't mind it, but I kind of like some teen drama. It's fine. Like, I'm 20 years old, so I can kind of relate to some of that stuff more than Angry Joe, because I would say Angry Joe's probably I don't know, maybe he's in his 30s or something. I mean, it's a little less relatable to him than it is to somebody like me. But yeah. Overall, again, I thought the episode was good. More stuff with Lois Lane, and it was pretty good, Lois Lane stuff. I'm not I probably couldn't give you a full character bio of Lois Lane, but I mean, I thought that was pretty good for my interpretation of Lois Lane. She was pretty good. She starts doing her own thing within the show. You get you get Superman stuff, you get Clark Kent stuff. Well, not as much Clark Kent stuff. Actually, come to think of it, he hasn't really done a lot. Yeah, it hasn't done a lot. But, yeah. So, overall, pretty good. I'd probably give it just, the same rating as I did last time, which is a... Can't remember, actually. But, B minus, or B plus, A minus. Pretty good, maybe some work, but... Yeah, for a non-spoiler, it's all I'll say for now. Pretty good. You learned some more stuff about the villain. I figured I can say that probably without giving away too much. But yeah, for non-spoiler, that's what we'll get into. And for spoilers, we'll begin now. So click away. We have Clark taking Jordan. It's kind of difficult because the character of Jordan has the same name as the actor that plays John, so it gets a little mixed up. But Jordan, the character, since he has powers, Clark takes him to the Fortress of Solitude, and we see Jor-El, which is kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting that at all, but it goes over and he takes Jordan through the fortress and teaches him the history of the Krypton. And since he's half human, Clark has him scanned for powers and stuff. And Jor-El says that since he is half human, that he won't measure up to Clark's greatness and his and Clark's but he shot heat vision, Dad. What the heck? He's it's probably a fluke, and that makes Jordan upset because he kind of wants. Which, granted, it kind of didn't make a lot of sense to me. There wasn't a lot of character motivation, I thought, behind that. But I guess if we're going to interpret that, then maybe he wanted to at least have his superpowers explain why he was so different to everybody else. Because, at least if you have superpowers and you're special in a good way and you're not just crazy. I'm going to assume that, but again, the character motivation seems kind of weird. He just was oh great, I'm half human and I'll never be as good as my dad. Maybe that's kind of what it is. He wants to be as good as his dad, and I don't know. And then John got kind of picked on by the other kids because of what happened in the last episode with the fight, with the football, and then his life isn't going very well because everything was taken away from him with the football, and now he isn't doing well in football, even though that was what he was good at in Metropolis, and his girlfriend is in Metropolis, and now he's in Smallville. Kind of sucks. And then Lois Lane was doing reporting on Morgan Edge, and she quit the Daily Planet, which I thought was really weird because we haven't really got any insight on that. Because Clark got fired, and then she just quits. So, I mean, it's kind of interesting, I thought. But and also I did some research on Morgan Edge from last week, and from what I gathered, he's basically just in the original continuity, he just hired like Clark as he just hired him for news stuff, and then after Crisis on Infinite Earths, he became a more serious villain. So it will be interesting to see where that goes and what they do with him. Then we have Lex Luthor, who again is a different version of Lex Luthor. He's not, the regular one. The what is that, Earth 1 version? Earth 0? Because we learn some of his history, and we get a flashback to his world. And we have Superman superimposed flying over this platoon of soldiers, and he just heat vision and just nails him down and And then but Lex Luthor goes to Lois Lane's dad, who I can't remember the name of, and he's like, "You gotta help me stop Superman, he's evil." And he tries to maybe not negotiate, but reason with him, try to I can't think of the word, try to just talk to him and get him to see his point of view, so to speak. And I think that's kind of interesting, at least, because, I don't know, I think, especially with the versions of Lex Luthor we see on TV, it's just Superman must be stopped because he's a god or whatever. At least that's what it was in, Batman vs. Superman. But, this is kind of different. It's interesting. Something else. So, yeah, hopefully that stays, hopefully the show kind of stays unique and interesting. But those are the main plot points. Overall, again, pretty good. Learned some history, and it will be interesting to see where Lex Luthor goes, because again, right now he's out of kryptonite, so he's kind of just looking for kryptonite. And the last time we saw him, or his version of him, was a robot. I wasn't expecting that, because that's kind of a Doctor Doom thing. Kind of, but because Superman stops him, and then he just rips off his mask, and it's a robot. So it's interesting. See where it goes. But overall, again, good episode. That's my synopsis and review. Another B- or B+, A-. Good stuff. Recommend watching it. Thanks for watching my review, and I'll see you on the next episode.